Dear former admissions officer. Hey, that's me.
Dear FAO, do admissions officers advocate for certain applicants to be accepted in a university that other admissions officers might view as a rejection? Did you ever fight for an applicant and why? What results did the student get in the end? Thank you, Kunal.
Kunal, that's a great question, and absolutely, people will disagree on students. It's a very subjective process in the US for who gets in and why. So just keep in mind that, of course, admissions officers will disagree now and then. Something to know is that every admissions office trains their officers a little bit differently, and every school looks for something a little bit differently as well. And year to year, because people are coming in and out of the workforce, as offices do, you're going to see the type of personality maybe of that change as well. So in general, though, schools do stick to the type of student that they tend to like. But something to keep in mind for the way that we're conducting things internally is that we do have a way that we evaluate students internally. And of course, some people will disagree on how to score a student, for example. But in the end, much like if you see in American Idol, you might get someone that is all yeses. You might get someone that it's a no from me, love. And you might get someone that is, a yes from everyone except for one person. And in terms of how that goes into play for what their decision ends up being, it really depends on, I would say, what the majority of the people are thinking and why is that person saying no, right? It's a discussion-based admissions process, meaning that, yes, there's a way that we're evaluating students as objectively as we can, but there's a way that we're talking about it as well. There was one time in the office where I used to work where there was a student that I was really, really passionate about. Their essays were phenomenal. They were clearly a really, really great fit. They had written essays that were clearly really indicative of the way that they were thinking. And it was really clear, given the fact that they were interested in linguistics, that they had a really nuanced and really advanced understanding that our school, U Chicago, would benefit from. And there were some people who, didn't know if they were able to keep up academically, for example. Eventually, the student did get accepted, and we were able to see the upward trend of their academics as opposed to just seeing the final GPA, for example, because some of their 9th and 10th grade scores maybe brought them down a little bit. So you can keep in mind that we are looking at everything really holistically. So the fact that we're able to look at the grade 9 and 10 scores versus the grade 11 and 12 scores, look at everything a little bit holistically versus just the final number, really did come into the student's advantage in that case. And yeah, they were accepted. So I hope that answers your question. Getting into a top university in the US is no easy feat, but we're here to help. Every student that joins Crimson is met with a team of experts that are individually tasked with all the aspects that go into helping you get into your top school. So if you're ready to increase your chances today, here's what you need to do. Hit the link below and schedule a free, no obligation consultation to help you get into your top school. It's free. That's wild, people.